It was pulled from the sea like a worthless rock, corroded, encrusted, barely recognizable as anything at all. The sponge divers who hauled it up in 1901 tossed it aside. Nobody cared. It sat in a Greek museum for decades, ignored, collecting dust next to prettier artifacts, marble statues, golden jewelry, ceramic amphorae. Then someone looked closer. Inside that blackened, barnacle-covered lump of bronze was something that should not exist. Something that could not exist, not according to everything historians believed about the ancient world. 37 interlocking gears, precision engineered, capable of predicting solar eclipses, tracking planetary motion, and calculating astronomical cycles, with an accuracy that wouldn't be matched by European technology for over 1,000 years. One question has haunted scientists, engineers, and historians ever since. Who built this? And what else did they know that we've completely lost? To understand why this device breaks every rule we thought we knew, we need to go back. Way back. The year is somewhere between 87 and 205 BC. The Mediterranean is alive with trade, war, philosophy, and ambition. Greek civilization is at its intellectual peak. Archimedes has already calculated the value of pi. Eratosthenes has measured the circumference of the earth, and the great library of Alexandria is the beating heart of human knowledge. But even within this golden age of discovery, there are limits. Bronze is forged into weapons and statues. Mathematics is scratched onto papyrus. The stars are observed with the naked eye, tracked through careful notes passed between generations. No one, not a single historian, archaeologist, or scientist, believed ancient Greece had the mechanical engineering capability to build a computer. And yet, somewhere off the rocky coast of Antikythera Island, a Roman-era cargo ship sank to the bottom of the Aegean Sea. It took its treasure with it, amphorae of wine, bronze statues, glass bowls, coins, and one object that didn't belong. It would wait at the bottom of the ocean for roughly 2,000 years before anyone found it. When Greek sponge divers stumbled onto the shipwreck in 1900, they began hauling up artifacts almost immediately. The wreck was extraordinarily rich, one of the greatest archaeological finds in history. Statues alone kept the Greek National Museum busy for years. The corroded bronze lump was catalogued, filed away, forgotten. Then, in 1902, an archaeologist named Valerio Stais noticed something unusual. One of the fragments had a gear wheel embedded in it. An actual mechanical gear, the kind you'd find in a clock. He proposed the unthinkable. This was some kind of ancient mechanical device. The academic world largely laughed at him. The consensus was firm. Geared machinery of this sophistication didn't exist until medieval Europe. The idea that ancient Greeks had built something comparable was considered fantasy, romantic, naive, so the mechanism sat, dismissed. It wasn't until the 1950s that British science historian Derek de Solla Price picked up the thread. He studied the fragments obsessively for years. In 1974, he published a bombshell paper. Using early X-ray imaging, he revealed the truth hiding inside the corroded bronze. 37 gears, differential mechanisms, interlocking systems of extraordinary precision. It wasn't just a clock. It wasn't just a calendar. It was a fully functioning analog astronomical computer, and nobody could explain how it existed. Modern researchers weren't willing to let it rest there. Through the 1990s and 2000s, teams armed with increasingly sophisticated imaging technology, gamma rays, 3D surface scanning, computational tomography, peeled back layer after layer of the device's secrets. What they found rewrote history quietly, almost reluctantly. The mechanism had a front dial tracking the solar and lunar calendars simultaneously. A rear dial predicted the 4-year cycle of the ancient Greek Olympics and other Panhellenic games. Another display tracked the Saros cycle, an 18-year eclipse prediction sequence so accurate that modern astronomers still use it. Inscriptions on the casing, thousands of letters barely visible, acted as a user manual written in ancient Greek. They described planetary motions with technical precision that matched what we now know to be correct. The craftsmanship is staggering. The smallest gear components are less than a millimeter in some places. The tolerances required to make these gears function correctly together would challenge a skilled modern clockmaker. There is evidence it modeled the moon's motion using an epicyclic gear train, a concept historians believed was invented nearly 1,000 years later. Someone in the ancient world understood elliptical lunar orbits, and they built a machine to demonstrate it. In 2021, a multidisciplinary team from University College London published a landmark study. Using every available fragment, every inscription, every gear ratio that had ever been measured, they built a complete computational model. The result was breathtaking. The front of the device displayed the night sky as it appeared from ancient Greece. The planets, Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, all moved across a zodiac ring in real time as you turned the hand crank. Pointers tracked each planet's position. A small silver ball rotated to display the current phase of the moon. Turn the crank forward, you see the future sky, eclipses included, predicted with mechanical certainty. Turn it backward, the heavens rewind. This was not a curiosity. This was not a toy. This was a working model of the cosmos, portable, precise, and devastatingly sophisticated. The Antikythera Mechanism shows clear signs of being repaired during its lifetime. It was used. It was maintained. Someone, likely multiple people across decades, understood it well enough to fix it when it broke. Which means this wasn't a one-off miracle of accidental genius. There was a tradition of building these, an entire technological lineage that vanished so completely that for 2,000 years we had no idea it ever existed. The ship that carried the Antikythera Mechanism sank, and with it went an entire branch of human knowledge. No successor devices have ever been found. No workshop, no blueprints, no student notes. The tradition died, swallowed by war, by time, by the catastrophic burning of libraries, and the collapse of civilizations. What remains is one battered fragment of bronze, housed today in the National Archaeological Museum in Athens, behind glass. Still not fully understood. Modern engineers with CNC machines and computer modeling software have spent careers studying it. Some components remain unexplained. Some gear functions are still debated. The lesson the Antikythera Mechanism teaches us is profoundly uncomfortable. Human progress is not a straight line. Genius can flourish and then disappear entirely. Civilizations can reach intellectual heights that future generations won't rediscover for a millennium. We assume we are always moving forward, But somewhere at the bottom of the Aegean Sea, history left us a quiet, corroded reminder that something can be known, mastered, and then lost so completely that its rediscovery feels like science fiction. The ancient Greeks built a computer, and then the world forgot how. That is the story of the Antikythera Mechanism, the ancient astronomical computer that has no business existing, and yet does. Now here's the question I want you to sit with, and I genuinely want your answer in the comments below. If this level of technology existed in 100 BC and was completely lost, what else might we have lost? What other breakthroughs, inventions, or discoveries vanished with burned libraries and sunken ships? I read every comment, and this one I'm especially curious about. If this video made you think differently about the ancient world, hit that like button. It genuinely helps more people find stories like this one. Subscribe if you haven't already, because next time we're going back underwater. Another wreck, another impossible object, another civilization with secrets it never got to keep. The ancient world is stranger than anyone taught us in school. And we're just getting started.